yeah, it is interesting, and it is. I think there's probably another consultation on that at some point as well. So we'll see what comes from there. So yeah,
Agree.
yeah. The next one I'm probably going to touch on is e-invoicing. So it's quite an interesting one. So e-invoicing is where obviously you use electronic invoicing for business-to-business transactions of business to government. This is based on not business to consumer. So under e-invoicing, you would have to send an electronic invoice, not a scanned PDF or not a scanned Word document, but an actual electronic transferable invoice with the metadata and all this sort of stuff. So the actual, I'm trying to put it into layman's terms really, the actual almost like a timestamp and digital stamp on that invoice to a supplier. So
like the equivalent of a DocuSign
yeah,
type?
very similar to a DocuSign approach where you can track that invoice back to that entity and where that invoice has been ran and stuff like that, so the government can see the tax moving around there. So the likes of Italy already do this, the Mexico I think as well, and the US and Australia as well do this sort of setup at the moment. I think as the UK we're looking at going down what I think is called the 4-point approach. Don't quote me on this, but this is
there more consultation coming on this?
Probably more consultation, certainly for me as well, because I need to dig on this one because I know it's going to affect us quite heavily as well. Where you send it, you raise an invoice and that then gets transferred electronically to the supplier. The supplier then sort of records that in their system, which then records a copy with HMRC, and we record a copy with HMRC, and they can marry the two up together, and then they pay us from there. As opposed to the Italian way where they would send it to a government office, and the government office would then issue a number for that invoice, and then that invoice then gets tracked through the system that way. The problem with that sort of route is like a 5-point effect, is you have a single point of failure, which is the government office, and we all know all too well HMRC Whitehall isn't particularly great with processes, so we don't really want that point of failure in there. So if we can take that out of the loop, it allows us sort of easier to track it and stuff like that. And again, this is more than likely come about because they want to try and remove evasion and tax fraud and stuff like that as well, which again is quite rife. See, they were heavily focusing on that as well because they are. Right or wrongly, there are still quite a lot of promoters of tax avoidance schemes out there. We have clients that have been bombarded with offers and stuff like that, and again, fortunately they come to us and say, "Does this look right?" And it's like, "No, whatever you do not touch it with a barge pole. I want you to touch it with mine. You certainly don't touch it with yours. Don't go anywhere near it because it is a world of pain if you do." And they come with all these wonderful glossy wrappers and everything like that, but again, it's still a tax avoidance scheme. So, and we wholeheartedly support the idea of driving these people out of the market because a lot of the time they're not licensed, they're not regulated. We pay enough for licence and regulation. We so much red tape and everything like we have to do to prove that we are who we say we are. We do what we say we do and everything like that, and we do everything with integrity at the heart of it, because at the end of the day we've got to look our clients in the eye and say, this is what you should be doing and stuff like that. So
absolutely, I think we all do, don't we? Sitting here, but again, that's more bureaucracy and red tape for the businesses to follow that process and have the right systems in place to be able to do whatever's needed.
Whilst they sit there and say that it's saved them thousands of pounds a year in sending and firing across emails and stuff like that, yes, but you might have saved time in that, but you've then got the additional setup costs, you've got the rollout fees and everything like that, and getting people to use your portal.
And loss of productivity within the businesses as they're trying to work through the...
trying to work through the separate invoices and all this sort of stuff. It's again, that comes down to the cash flow, because you're going to have to invest heavily to then save in, 3-4 years' time you could do. And I can see that they are rolling it. Well, at the moment, the rollout is for April 2029.
Okay.
At the moment.
And for all businesses, or?
Yeah, for all businesses and anyone that's business to business and business to government. So, business to consumer, you should be okay.
But B2Bs need
B2B,
to keep an eye on that.
B2B, yeah, to keep
April
an eye on
29. Right,
Yeah.
I'll write that in my
Yeah.
diary.
So, yeah,
if
sleepless
it's not
nights.
reversed.
Yes, yeah, hopefully not the first. Yeah.
No, it's going to be fun and game. But again, it just goes to show sort of HMRC's and Whitehall's push towards a more digital tax system,
Yeah.
which again,
The concept's good.
yeah, the concept's
The
good.
concept is good.
The practice is
Yeah, the
the hard.
practice is a bit
But go back
ramshackle.
to the pensioners that you mentioned and the increase in tax. So they're going to have to do all this digitally as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
And okay, we hope that in generations to come, the
Yeah.
pensioners will be very au fait
Yeah.
with digital. But you look at the problems that some of them have now.
I know. My mum will probably kill me for this. Actually, she's a pensioner, but there was a case where we got a new base unit, sort of tower unit, and screen and everything like that, and it had a very nice LG keyboard that had a coffee break button on it. And what the coffee break button did was it snoozed your computer, and she was pressing this, and the computer was going on and off, on and off, on and off. She's like, I'm expecting the coffee to come out of it. And I think, oh God. I even caught her once. It was back in the old days of CD trays and everything like that. You had a CD tray and you had a DVD tray in it, and she pressed the button and the CD tray came out, and she just put the coffee mug on there.
Oh no!
So yeah, after
Wow.
about a month of
Yeah,
having
so
that,
there
there's
we
a
go.
nice
We
little
can
melted
see-
plastic ring on it. Yeah.
Well, or maybe the HMRC will have a new pensioners team.
yeah.
That they can go out and help them.
Sit
sort of
there for,
It's not just that, though, is it?
rather than sit on hours on hold.
My granddad, he's 86 now. It's not here yet, and he's terrified of digital ID.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing, he's like, well, what am I going to do?
Well,
I don't need to have a
absolutely,
computer. He's
absolutely.
got a phone, but he doesn't.
Yes.
He's not
yes.
amazing on it. He's terrified.
Yes, we've got relatives like that as well.
Yeah.
Where it's
We've
So it's
got
different
clients like that
challenges,
as well,
isn't
who-
it?
Yeah, predominantly farmers who
Yep.
we go out every
Yes.
3 months, collect the paperwork because it's all kept in a wicker basket on the side, and then we just pick it up, we go through it, we digitise it all for them,
Yeah.
and then hand it back, and then we give them a paper invoice as well. So I don't know how he's going to deal with the e-invoicing and everything like that, because
No.
again, he. When we first met him, he had the finance agreement for his new tractor was sent via email. Had no idea how to use it. So it's like, well, okay, send me the email. I'll print it off. Came back the next day, got him to sign it, posted it for him because he's lost.
Yes.
Absolutely lost.
Yeah.
And
No. It's
it's not particularly old. It's just people.
if they're
Yeah,
in if they're in
it's
different
like-
areas,
yeah.
they're not using a computer every
No,
day. Then
no.
it's going to be difficult for
Yeah,
them.
yeah, and
No.
it's
Well aware of the irony, but it's going to force people to pay for financial profesals to do
Yeah.
these
It
things
is.
for them.
It is. No,
They're
you're
perhaps
quite
not
right.
paying for already.
Oh, way
which-
forward.
Just thinking, could we live off tea and biscuits every time we go and see them?
Absolutely, yes.
Well, I'm on a couple of stone actually doing that, I think, already. So, but yeah, it is. It's just, yeah. As much as it's great that we are pushing ahead with the digital transformation, we have got. Yeah, I know there's a few clients now again that even MTD for ITSA they're terrified because they don't know how to use a computer. They've never been taught to use a computer. They're very good at what they do, but you stick a computer in front of them and they've got no idea. And again, HMRC are saying they'll work on a case-by-case basis, but if you're already filing your VAT returns via MTD for ITSA or MTD for VAT, because they wouldn't give you the exception for that, what makes you think they'll allow you to do it for ITSA?
Yeah.
So it's
You can see the merit in it because there
Yeah.
should be some productivity improvements, but there's going to be a pain period, isn't there, as we go through, which doesn't feel like it's going to be
No,
productive
no.
at all. But we'll get there.
We'll get there, yeah. Either that or go quietly insane trying,
Yes,
I think,
yeah.
probably as well. So.
We might be pensioners by the time they bring in the.
Yeah,
The systems,
I do feel like...
You won't be, you won't be, but we might be.
Well, you might actually
I'm going
be, but
grey, I am, so
With the rate how everything seems to me, it probably will be a pensioner by that point. So,
That's true.
yeah.